Hello, we are Section 6 Team 9, and today we'd like to talk a little bit more about the problems we identified during our IV design project, as well as the processes that we took in order to develop our solution. Our core problem was that there was low morale among library staff. Through various interviews, we were able to boil this down into 3 root causes: scheduling issues, a recent restructuring to a matrix system, as well as few training opportunities leading to low job enrichment. We started with a broad campus-wide interviews across students, faculty, and staff to gauge the current campus experience. We used this information to narrow down and define a specific persona, Sandra, which we use as the focus of future research and problem identification. We then split off into teams of 2 and conducted many interviews with library and admin staff all over campus in order to identify the pluses and minuses of their experience. And from this, we were able to do a brief root cause analysis where we broke down all the information we gathered to come up with specific problems that we may be able to solve. We took these problems into a brainstorming session where we generated a wide list of potential solutions. From this, we selected our top 5 most potentially feasible solutions, and we pitched them to library and admin staff. We evaluated all of these solutions based on 2 main criteria: impact and feasibility. We asked ourselves the following questions. What problem areas does our solution solve? How effective are they at solving these problems? Does Western have the resources in order to implement our solution? And what potential limitations will we have during our implementation plan? From these criteria, we determined from our list the most potentially feasible solution, which we further refined through in-depth conversations with very specific library staff to evaluate their current systems and the viability of our proposed solution. From this, we generated our final prototype as a proof of concept. We took 5 main ideas, from a staff lunch and learn to a rotational program to creating a centralized IT team, and we determined based on our criteria that the most feasible solution for us would be incorporating a library staff platform similar to that of OWL or Learn that students use all over campus. This would be used to facilitate things such as online resources, training, scheduling, as well as a feedback system between managers and employees. I'd like to pass it over to my colleagues right now to give a brief demonstration of how this system would work.
Hey, I've been a librarian for 15 years and there's been a whole lot of issues, but this new platform, Booked, could solve everything. Let's take a look. This is the first touch point for Booked. This is where librarians can log in or make an account and access the database. So now let's take a look at our dashboard. Here Sandra can see all her shifts for the upcoming week, as well as the location, and archive courses that she's taken in the past. From here we can also look at the other links, as we can see on the left sidebar. Looking at shifts, here we can look at outstanding shift requests and apply for shift swaps. Clicking on Sandra's shift here, a dialog box pops open. We can see here that these are the remaining swap points that Sandra has available and the cost of the swap. Also, we can symbolize whether or not this is an emergent swap where a notification will be sent out to all users of Booked. We can also see here that Sandra will require approval if someone applies for a swap. Let's get out of here by clicking confirm, and now we can look at shift requests. These are the outstanding requests that people have filed. By clicking details, we can see the details of each shift request, things like the date, the points that are required, as well as the time. So now let's move on to messages. Here's the internal messaging platform built into Booked. Here we can see Sandra's talking to Duncan Dimmadome, a fellow colleague. This makes it easy for any colleague to reach out and get information. Moving on to feedback, this is where employees can go and look at past feedback results from previous performance reviews. We can see here that strengths and weaknesses are listed, as well as reports from managers, peers, and previous self-reflections. Going back to the dashboard, here we can go to Sandra's profile. This is where you can overview some basic information, change your password, as well as view how many booked points each employee has. As previously stated, book points are the points needed in order to do a swap. That's an overview of the platform, and I hope you get booked today. Here's a testimony from one of our very happy customers.
The system looks good overall. I like the messaging feature because it allows me to reach out to people across campus in one place. It's very easy to navigate. Everything is on one platform. The point system would not work well within one library, as we always try to help each other out, but it could incentivize other colleagues from different libraries to help cover shifts.
Special thanks to Duncan and all of the other law library staff for helping us out throughout the entire project.
Good night!